Hello everyone, welcome back to another video update. Today I want to give you guys a follow-up video on our tomatillo plant, and of course I have several comments on this plant, so I want to post a video real quick. Well, it has been a very interesting week, that's to say the least. We have a spike in temperature this week. This 2 days alone, we reached 97 degree where I lived, and in some other part of the country, other part of California, I should say, over 100 degrees. So it's very hot. And one of the things that you can tell right away by looking at the plants that when the temperature is that hot, they tend to get stressed out very easily. Certain plants, not all plants, but once you pass 95 up to 100 degree, there will be telltale sign that the plant is in stress, especially the falling leaves. The leaves kind of droop a little bit, and the flower, especially the flower, usually will drop when temperature reach 100 degrees. My tomatillo, since the last video, people were, most viewers were commenting on this plant, and of course it was growing very nicely, very beautifully, green, lush green. But this week, there's a little signs that tell me that this plant is under stress. If I zoom in quickly, you can see that some of the plants here actually experience some powdery mildew on them. Now this location here, don't receive completely 8 hours a day sun, so the plant will, probably develop that sort of symptom. Since the last video, when I post that video, I mentioned that there were a lot of flowers and there's no fruit. But of course, this week we did see some fruit. But unfortunately, when the fruit were forming as the temperature spiked, that will affect the fruit. And as you can see, now here's one fruit right there. You can see that. So tomatillo, when the fruit forms, they will be covered in a husk. They're beautiful. I call it the wrapping, the husk, like this one right here. So those, I think this is a fruit already forming, but you never know. Even though when they reach this side, look at, they will turn yellow, and that means the fruit is no longer good. Look at that. I thought this one was good a day ago. It was completely green, but today, look at it turn yellow, and this one too. Look at that. So those will probably be damaged or aborted. Also, you can see. Let me see if I can pick up that. See that there's some white stuff on the branches. You can see here. So those are powdery mildew in here. You can see that this is very unfortunate, and this is, look at this new growth here, much greener. But if you look in this side here, right there, look at that, right there. And I also detect some insects, some aphids. Aphids will definitely show up when the plant is under stress. Right there, you can see that. See that? So this is a green variety of aphids. Some are bigger, some smaller, and once they get infested, there'll be millions of them. But I come out here and I try to prune off a lot of branches to reduce the stress on the plant. As you can see, there's a lot of falling leaves. So all the yellow leaf, I try to remove them as soon as possible. And I probably have to come up with something to help the plant cope with the powdery mildew. Now, I will not use any chemical, insecticides or fungicide, but I will try to come up with something to help the plant, and hopefully the plant will be able to cope with a little bit of the powdery mildew and survive, through this issue. And also, I added some compost to help the plant boost up, its energy for the fruits production. And hopefully the plant will be okay. On the top right there, that's over 7 feet, 8 feet tall now, and the plant has grown really enormously, and probably the plant is overgrown. I probably need to prune back some of the branches, and I already did some of them. I already pruned off some of the bottom branches close to the ground. The top branches that receive more sunlight don't have as much problem. So they're mainly the one in the background, and then the one on this side has a lot of problem. I also see some ladybugs, so that's a good sign. But again, when you see ladybugs on the plant, it also is a sign that there are aphids around, and ladybugs feed on aphids. Alrighty, so that's the update for today. And again, there's still a lot of flowers. As long as the flower don't drop, there will still a chance that they'll be pollinated and they'll become fruit. Okay, so thank you for watching, and please post a comment, and please subscribe to our channel, and then we can talk more about this plant. And again, let's cross our finger, and hopefully the plant will recover. And again, I will come up with some kind of organic stuff to spray it or something to help the plant. Okay, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again, and happy gardening.